Is when you're watching this, but welcome to our Gaming Arcadia round table episode number 3, probably ish. There's been loads going on this week because it's kind of summer game fest, state of play, showcase season, which means we've got a ton of things to talk about. Before we do though, let's do our usual introductions and welcome. So, Craig, how you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. Lots to talk about.
Actually?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Are you actually doing well?
Yes, there's not much to add. I haven't hurt myself too badly at ice skating yet, so yeah, I'm good.
Excuse me. You haven't noticed that's something happening. I'm trying to sort it and see what's going on. I can see no evil on OBS. Sorry, if you're watching on YouTube and you're having some issues there. I don't know why, to be honest. Yeah, stream is buffering for everybody. We're going to crack on and see if it sorts itself in the next minute or so, because it all looks healthy here. I don't want to stop and start it. Do I want to stop and start it? Let's just carry on for the time being, and we'll reassess that in just a moment. Amine.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just happy to be here, and I enjoyed this time of year because there is a lot of games revealed. So, yeah.
Do you believe Craig's ice skating story?
I do, because I actually saw a picture that he posted with the boots, like the ice skating boots.
I'm not having this.
I do pay attention, so yeah. But he did not mention it too much, so just to be fair, he did not mention
okay.
it.
Well, anyway, ordinarily, hopefully, things are settling and it's not buffering anymore. There's not an issue on this side, so I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully, though, just keep giving me some feedback if it is still broken or otherwise. I'm just going to assume that it's all smooth, because otherwise I get stressed and sweaty and it'll be a bad time for everyone. Yeah, so normally every week we talk about the games that we've been playing. Unfortunately, this week, nobody's had time to play any games. Luke's not played a single game. Craig's not played a single game. Amine's not played a single game. So we're actually going to gloss over. We're going to skip that section and move straight on to some of the things that there are to talk about. They've probably played games, but there's a lot of things to talk about. So we just need to skip over and get into it, because we're going to start off straight away with Sony's State of Play, which opened with, as expected, as announced prior to it going ahead, it opened with gameplay from Wolverine. So we may as well start there as well. Luke. That's it. That's the question.
Yeah, it looks great, as expected, I think. It's Insomniac. I think they're as good of a home run in terms of making a good game as pretty much any other developer. Like, there's a kind of list of developers that I would have that where I would pretty much buy anything they make day one. I think Insomniac's one of those, because I know it's going to be good. It looks like Wolverine. It looks bloody. It looks very gory. It looks very mature. Visually very impressive. I'm just really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great.
Fair enough.
Lots of hair. Very hairy arms. Very impressive.
Yeah. Hair, it's like a feature of any good showcase.
Yeah.
And yes, he did have the hairy shoulders going on, which what can you say? Craig, what can you say?
I mean, hair's always good, yeah. Healing
I feel
clothes
bad now.
as well. Is that good? Look, I compensated. It's all right. Don't worry about me.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm finding the gameplay as we go, but for me, one of the things that I perhaps didn't expect was quite how similar it looked in terms of the flow of combat, quite how similar it looked to Spider-Man. Which obviously it's by Insomniac, it's set in the same universe, and you expect a certain level of consistency, but it almost looked like you could map the controls and play it fairly directly as if it was Spider-Man with more blood. What did you think of that side of things, Craig, the combat in particular?
It looks visceral. I saw some comments saying it was a strange that he seems to be stealthing around, like Wolverine's supposed to be a bit of a tank, isn't he? We wouldn't be hiding and sneaking. He'd just walk in like he owned the place.
Okay,
but
on that, so question for you and for everyone, just so we know where we're standing. Are any of the three of you comic book people? Would any of you be familiar with like Wolverine's source material outside of what you've seen from Marvel movies and things like that?
I'm literally staring at the first full appearance comic of Wolverine, like above my desk. Yeah. So,
but have you read it?
Yes. I mean, I've not read that one.
Just checking.
But,
okay. But so you're into the comics, so you know, so you can address what Craig is saying. Does Wolverine like to sneak around?
No, like he doesn't really sneak around. Like there are bits where he might take advantage of like being not seen. And I think actually I read an interview with the creative director who was asked about the stealth element, and his answer was literally that. He was like, you can't play this game stealthy, but there are opportunities that like present themselves where you can take out enemies in stealth, because Wolverine's all about like efficiency, just getting people killed as quickly and easily as possible. And if that means it's in a stealthy way, then that's fine, but it's not like a stealth game. It's not like Spider-Man, right, where you could get to a mission and then you could actually pick off every enemy in stealth if you want, or most of the enemies. I don't think it's like that. It's just, he's just, if someone is unaware of him, he'll take advantage of that, basically. Like the demo where he does it for like 2 enemies and then he's like, fuck it, like let's just kill everything now.
Like you say, in the demo, though, it's not so much. So it looks stealthy in terms of like he's got a stealth posture in the scene that's in front of me right now. He's kind of sneaking. But typically, you have to introduce yourself in some way, don't you? Like there's a combat scenario unfolding. You're not going to walk in and say, guys, fighting time.
Yeah.
So the first ones are a freebie.
Yeah.
Okay. Amine.
Yeah.
You tell me something that you saw in this trailer for Wolverine that stood out for you.
I'm disappointed that they did not say the line "special delivery."
Special delivery. Nobody outside of the Discord is going to know what is going on there. So if you ever played Marvel's Cosmic Invasion that came out 6 months ago, maybe, I don't know, it has some very repetitive over delivery of voice lines. Wolverine, special delivery, over and over again all through our playthrough. Yes, it was disappointing not to hear it. I grant you that. I mean,
Yeah.
Carry on.
So I think the combat is not like 100% like Spider-Man. One thing I noticed, I think there is less like enemies on screen, not like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I feel like there is way more that you fight at once. I'm not sure. I think it looks good. It's the camera is also a little bit closer, more like I think God of War, the remake, like these new God of War games. And I was surprised that pieces of his like suit get teared apart, but sometimes it regenerates, sometimes it does not. But that was a small detail that I noticed. So far, I'm happy with the game. I will probably play it. I'll probably buy it day one. I don't want to see more from it. I want them to surprise us with some characters. Don't know why they are showing like what's his name, like his famous rival Saber. Yeah, they showed him. Like, don't show us that stuff. Just surprise us, I guess. I want other characters to show up, and I'm guessing they will set up the game for X-Men, which, yeah.
So, in
I'm
terms of
interested in
spoilers
that.
and things, though, so like, is obviously they've got the entirety of the X-Men universe and potentially crossover with Marvel, all setting up for stuff that they're doing in future with the X-Men game that follows, or Spider-Man and all the rest of it. But in terms of characters that are in there, I don't think they've gone into telling us who the kind of main antagonists are, have they? We know Sabretooth is in there, but there is still plenty of room and scope for surprises, I think. Have a guess, Luke. You're the comic book nerd. Who do you reckon is the ultimate big bad of this game? It's not a spoiler because you've not played it.
I've no idea, because I thought it would be Sabretooth, but he's not a villain in this game. He's like semi-allied with Wolverine, so I genuinely don't have a clue. So
Okay, fair.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know the comics really well, but since these guys are like a little bit not cyborgs, they have like cybernetic
Enhanced, don't they? Yeah.
enhancement. Yeah,
Mega Red in there as well, who is one of the bigger villains for Wolverine, but I wouldn't say he's certainly not as big as Sabretooth, so it would be a bit strange if the game was based around a Mega Red as being the main villain. So yeah, don't know.
And I mean, you also mentioned there the because we watched it together, and it's got this really neat feature where as you go through combat, as you take damage, Wolverine does get ripped to pieces. His suit gets ripped to pieces and his flesh gets ripped to pieces. And there was different levels of kind of healing on display. Wolverine's signature power obviously is like his absurd ability to heal through anything. I'm just watching the gameplay now, and it looks like you do have a constant uptick of health. But we noticed Wolverine himself, through normal gameplay, Wolverine heals. But when you get to this situation where you are using the equivalent of Spider-Man's power bars, when you're using your like ultimate healing ability, his suit heals as well. And that ruined the game for you. You're going to have a tantrum.
No. But yeah, they add that little detail. I liked it. I wish they can keep it. Like they don't heal his suit, but it's fine. It's just a small detail.
It is a tiny detail, yes. But it's a tiny detail that obviously when people watch a trailer like this and you're just looking for tiny details, I've seen it picked up on all over the place. People are like, oh, his suit healed. It's not going to ruin the game, is it? And we don't really need him running around butt naked. Give him some indestructible undie pants and go from there. Craig.
I mean, I wanted to see him butt-ass naked, so I don't know about what else.
They teased that actually. I think they show him like butt-ass naked in one flashback, or I don't know what is that. I think one criticism, I guess, I don't like the looks of that bike ride bit, like
Bike
the
ride
FOVs
looked kinda
we on
awful.
that one. Yeah.
I will say, so if you look at the previous two, or I guess three Spider-Man entries that they've had, they all start off with like an opening sequence where you actually have kind of quite limited control, where it's very cinematic and you like it's interactive, but a lot of the camera work and a lot of the movement is kind of taken care of. Actually, the first time I played the Spider-Man game, the first one that they did, and you got this whole like burning building scenario, I was really put off by the lack of freedom in the opening sequence. And I'm glad I pressed through it because I actually really love that game. And I expect I'll really love this one as well. But it is just what they're showing us there is that kind of slightly more on rails, bombastic opening, I would think. And when you get it a little more freeform, hopefully the motorbike won't feature too heavily, because that section did look somewhat restrictive, somewhat like the kind of section where you don't actually need to touch the controller very much and it will probably work out okay. Again, fairly minor if it is a small part of the game. Luke, anything else that you want to share on what we saw as the Wolverine gameplay, or would you like to move it along elsewhere?
No, as I say, I'm just really looking forward to it. I've got no doubt it'll be a great game.
Yeah. They did as well at the end of the gameplay footage. They did say it's available to pre-order now. Any point in pre-ordering it?
There are some extra suits that they showed, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's the deluxe or that's just a pre-order bonus.
Yeah, there's no non-healing suit access, I don't think. pretty sure there's no early access pre-order bonus, so it's
Don't
just
whisper it into existence.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I
Control
will
isn't-
probably end up pre-ordering it, but just because then I can preload it, stuff like that. So
Okay.
They
Fair
could,
and
enough.
it's Insomniac.
they
so-
could make a good controller, I think. from,
Yeah,
from,
yeah,
uh,
definitely. Yeah. That
Yeah.
cleans itself after you use it. Just injecting with a game.
Would be
It's all
impressive.
shiny and new, ready for next time.
Yeah, I'm also one thing I'm happy that they did not do is I'm happy that it's not open world. It doesn't need to
Yeah.
be open world,
Yeah,
so
yeah, 100%.
that's good.
Yeah, and that is a big departure from Spider-Man and all the rest of it. So, nice to see. Looking forward to it. Craig.
Yep.
You get to be in charge of which game from the PlayStation Showcase specifically. Which game we talk about next?
It shouldn't have come to me. That
Why?
was literally Wolverine was the only thing I was bothered about from the PlayStation Showcase.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, then we'll go to Luke
Stuntman.
instead.
Stuntman, but
Oh.
okay. Just to say a little about Stuntman, yes, maybe, but it looks like it could just be moving from one set piece to another, and it's I don't know how I feel about that. But
Okay,
yeah, that's all I've got
so
to say about that.
Stuntman Hollywood. It's I must admit I've not really played or in any like serious capacity the previous Stuntman games. It's not a new IP. It is one. There's been like at least 3 of them before, I think, and they were the same premise. They were set stunts that you had to navigate your way through to get some kind of score at the end and progress to the next little movie set stunt piece. This is more of the same. It's got a fair few like IP behind it. So you've seen like Back to the Future and Knight Rider and blah blah blah. I don't know what else. Amine, see yourself
Yeah.
playing this?
I can see myself playing it, but I think the price needs to be right. I don't know how much max. Max, I think $60. Not $60, $30 max for this game. I never played the Stuntman game before, so I'm not sure how it will look like. So I need to look at the gameplay as well. But I was super confused when they were showing the trailer. I was like, what is this? It's the night. What is the
Hit.
thing? Knight
Knight Rider.
Rider, or
Yeah.
yeah, that's the one that's. I got like a little bit confused. Is this a movie IP or like what they're doing? Like, is it a game based on a movie or yeah? But I might buy it. That's the thing I would say.
Okay, Luke, what do you reckon to it?
Yeah, I was quite shocked that this was that they're making another Stuntman. To be honest, I loved the first game. In fact, it was the first game I ever remember myself writing a review for when I was like 12 and a half.
Mhm.
So and it was shit, by the way, my review, but I loved it, and so I was quite. When I saw the trailer, I didn't really know what it was. I thought initially it would be some sort of like racer where you could like pick different like famous, vehicles from pop culture. And then when the guy got out at the end and I saw the camera, I was like, "Is this Stuntman?" Like because that's all I could think of, and it was. So I'm actually quite interested in this as a result because I really love. I never played the sequel, but I really love the first Stuntman back on PlayStation 2.
Mhm.
So and it's cool. In the original, you had like the Stuntman like career mode, and you basically had a series of like missions where you had to just do like different stunts on different tracks and stuff like that. And they used like they had no licenses, so it was just all things that were loosely inspired by something else. So it's interesting that they've actually gone, okay, we're gonna actually go out and get like the Back to the Future license and the Knight Rider license and stuff like that. So I think that could be really cool.
Okay.
I was
Mhm.
surprised that Saber is making it. I don't associate
Saber are
with
massive.
trade.
And
Yeah,
so
they got like 3,000 staff or something. Saber, so they're
Yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
they've got their hands in a lot of games that you wouldn't necessarily know they've got their hands in, as well as a few of their own projects like this one. So we shall see. It's difficult to see. It's difficult to see a game like that doing well commercially, just because how saturated the market is in general, and how. I guess actually, I'm saying that, and I'm thinking back to we'll talk about the interview that Ashley did with Bloomberg at some point, but she was talking about a whole generation of people that like to play bite-sized entertainment experiences more so than the more deep involved games and all the rest of it. And actually, maybe this would kind of sit in that category as something you can just pick up and do a couple of stunts. And maybe there's a lot of value in that for some people. But it's hard to see alongside the likes of Forza Horizon 6 and all the rest of it. They're very different experiences, but good luck to them. Amine.
Yeah.
Next game.
Okay. Which one to pick? I think Ill caught my attention. That game looks.
See, if it's okay for Sony's YouTube channel, it'll be okay for here. We're not going to get in trouble for it.
I don't know about that, but yeah, it looks so good. It's unbelievable. I don't know. The graphics on that game are so good and gross. I can't wait to play it in VR. As I say that, maybe.
You're brave,
but yeah, I'm brave. I don't know if it would be like blasting your way through whatever that is, zombies or whatever you call those creatures, or is it going to be maybe a bit like you have very limited ammo, maybe. But I'm interested in playing it. It looks like a good game. Is it coming out this year? No, 2027. Disappointed. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that game.
Okay, so Craig, do you like a horror game?
No, absolutely not.
You don't, do you? Did you play Atomic Heart at all?
No.
Okay. So you watched this trailer, and imagining you're not seeing this as something that you're likely to pick up.
Oh no, definitely not. No.
Why, if we dared you to?
I mean, if there's a cash incentive, then maybe.
No, what if we dared you to almost just like challenge your masculinity or something, like called you a coward and all of that kind of stuff?
I'll get in touch with my feminine side. It's fine.
Okay, so you're properly scared of it. Luke, what did you reckon to this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks like very impressive. I think the lead, like the director or art designer or something like that, is like VFX for film. So I think clearly, very talented. It looked like it's been shown before, and they always had these first person segments that were to me at least, they were very clearly not real gameplay. Like they just were not real gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
These ones looked a bit more real. Still very impressive, but a bit just the way the camera moves on the first person segments, it look like it could actually be gameplay. And if it is, then it's very, very impressive. But I want to, like, I'm into it, but I need to see people get hands on to see how real it is, basically. So that's where I'm at with it. But certainly love the horror of it all, and the gore and that sort of stuff. It looks really cool.
It's funny because it's from Mundfish, and we obviously had really similar conversations in the lead up to Atomic Heart, where people would look at these trailers that looked absolutely spectacular and go, yeah, but that's a bit too cinematic. That's not how it's going to play when you get hands on with it. And there was a lot of questions at that point in time because they were unproven. A lot of doubt as to whether the game would be anything like what they were presenting, but eventually I think it was. The doubts were maybe founded in terms of the way the trailer was presented, but it sounds like this might be similar. They're using similar trailer ideology to showpiece this, but maybe it will be pretty damn fine when it comes out.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I still need to play Atomic Heart. Still need to do that.
Not now, you don't. We're doing a podcast, I mean. Come on.
I know.
Calm it down. We'll play some games in time for next week. In that case, Amine. No, Luke.
Yeah.
Because Amine picked the last one. Luke, what should we talk about next?
Why don't we talk about another horror game, which was newly announced, which was actually, although that looks awesome. Until Dawn 2.
Okay, yes, let's talk about Until Dawn 2. Until Dawn was made by Supermassive, did pretty well for itself on PlayStation. They did a remaster at some point over the last year. Didn't do nearly so well for itself because it wasn't necessarily a very effective remaster. It had some technical issues and all the rest of it. But that style of game definitely has a place for me. These cinematic choice and consequence games. This one introduces itself by saying like everybody can die or everybody can live. So you have a lot of power to influence the story, not necessarily knowing the outcome of your actions as you go. Gives it some replayability, lets you play through this and just see how many people you can kill in what hilarious ways if you're me, or see if you can get all the people through it successfully. And it looked quite interesting. Luke, you raised it. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm into it. I just like this style of game. And like the original Until Dawn kind of really popularized, like sparked this kind of genre off, and Supermassive obviously continued it without the Until Dawn license. This one's been made by Fire Sprite, who are based in Liverpool, I think. I just like, with the exception of the fact that the trailer doesn't show any actual gameplay, which is, only limited in these games anyway. Like, it's not a gameplay mechanics heavy experience.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else I thought looked, I thought the character models maybe looked a bit rough at times, but nothing that couldn't be. It's not coming out until next year, so it's still pretty early for this trailer. But I'm into it. I'll be, I'll be there for it. If it's good, because I just really like these style of games, and I like the Until Dawn kind of setup of, it's Until Dawn, and that you're going through kind of a period of time. Looks cool.
With the likes of Until Dawn and The Quarry and all the rest of them, do you typically just play them once and accept the outcome, or do you?
No, I'd go back and I'd change. Like, I like to see. I'm not someone who would do like a full, like, every single different permutation kind of person, but I would go back and I'd try a few different things to see like different outcomes.
I really enjoy the failures. So when you have like quick time events and they're climbing up a cliff or something, I don't deliberately fail the first one. If it's like, there's 3 steps, I'll make sure I get them like quite high up in the tree before I let them fall, because it just makes it funnier to me. And this one on screen at the moment has a scene, like it's minor spoiler. You're running towards a cliff. You got no choice. Do you push this other guy with you or not? And it shows the outcome when you push him and he splats on the rocks. And when I get to that point in the game, I'm definitely going to push him. I know he's going to die. And it's like, but it was funny the first time. It's going to be funny again. Craig, it's horror, but it's not scary, right? Would you look at something like this?
Yeah, this is something that I would consider. If the price was right.
If you had foresight, would everyone live, or would you kill them all off?
Well, it depends. I'd have to get to know them first. Do you know what I mean? And see who I liked and who I didn't like.
You'd play God. You'd judge their actions. You'd be like,
The point is, none of them are likable, though. Typically, like,
they're all gonna die then.
Yeah.
Okay. So Craig's got a complex. Amine.
Yeah.
What, besides being disappointed that a VR studio has been taken away from headset development, what did you think of Until Dawn 2?
I don't know. I did not play the first one. I'm not sure if I would play this one. I played a bit of The Quarry. I enjoyed it a bit, but it's not something that I will seek out and buy. I played it just because it was on PS Plus. It looks fine. It doesn't look like amazing. Like the first Until Dawn, I felt like it looked amazing when they first revealed it. But this one, it doesn't like blow you away, even though like they should have like really, really good graphics and really good faces and all of that, because that's all they show. Like they show you like the faces, and it's like restricted gameplay, so they should do a good job with those things. But it looked okay. That's what I think about it.
Okay, fair enough. I had when I played The Quarry and I streamed it all, I was so effective in getting everyone killed that it kind of ended with a real damp squib. Like there's multiple endings to that game, and it will reveal more and more of the story as you go. But if you play it like I do, it just goes, "Oh, I guess that's the end. Then there's nobody left." Okay, cool. That was fun. And I'll do the same on this one, I imagine. Yeah, no, I like that kind of game. I do. Amine,
Yeah.
what else we got?
Another game.
Yeah, from the PlayStation 1
Another game.
We don't
I
need to
would
say
I forgot
say-
Tomb
everything.
Raider was.
Oh shit! Craig's interjected with some Tomb Raider, and I'm on board.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah, I
Tomb Raider.
forgot
Shut
that
up,
was
Amine. Craig's talking. Yeah, so Tomb Raider was there. It's another reboot, still from Crystal Dynamics, or what's left of them. Craig,
Yes.
what did you want to say about it?
Just I like me some Tomb Raider. I enjoyed the reboots. Well, the first two anyway. The last one, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, didn't gel with that one quite as much, but I
Why
enjoyed
not?
the
What was
first
wrong with
two. I don't know. It just I just found myself. Maybe it was very much a me problem. I was like, right, where am I going? What am I doing? It was just a bit too open, and rather than the first two felt just a little bit more linear.
Mhm.
So I mean, they still had open sections, didn't they? But yeah, like I say, I think it's a me problem. But yeah, if this one's
Fair.
kind of returned to more puzzles like the original set of games did, then. But yeah, I mean, is it? Am I hearing wrong? Am I imagining this? Is it sort of like a reboot, reimagining of the first Tomb Raider, or is it not? Is it?
Do you know?
Yeah.
It looks like it is trying to
Basically.
go back to what they were before the reboot. So a reboot back to where they were with dinosaurs
Yeah.
and crap, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really, really liked the 2013 reboot, the first one. The whole trilogy was okay, but the first reboot was brilliant in terms of turning Lara from like weird polygon triangle boobs into an actual character. It was fantastic to me. So I'm not sure I necessarily need it to go back, but this one's going to try and blend both. It is Crystal Dynamics. Crystal Dynamics have been through a lot, really. So they had the Tomb Raider games. They had the Marvel Avengers game, which was somewhat their undoing with the whole live service situation. They were acquired by Embracer. They worked on Perfect Dark with Microsoft. Microsoft nixed Perfect Dark. A lot of Crystal Dynamics were thrown under the bus. They are working on this with Flying Wild Hog. Luke, from what you've seen on the trailer, how are you feeling about it?
I think that's great. I'm looking forward to it a lot. It got pushed out because it was meant to be this year, but no, it's coming out February next year, which is fine. And it's clearly, part of an effort to kind of reboot Tomb Raider almost, because you've got this coming, and then you've got Tomb Raider Catalyst as well, which is also slated for next year, but who knows, that might get pushed as well. Yeah, I'm just I just think it looks really, really nice, really impressive visually, and classic Tomb Raider kind of mechanics and that sort of stuff. And then yeah, like a reboot / reimagining of the first game effectively. So that's great.
And I mean, do you have a history with Tomb Raider? Do you care for this? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I played one of the first games I played, I think, was the old, like, first Tomb Raider. Yeah, I like Tomb Raider. I did not play the reboot, the last reboot that they did. I played like a little bit, but I did not like finish any of the 3 games. But I'm just hoping this game hits, because Crystal Dynamics has been in problems for so long. Either they get assigned like a live service game, or they get assigned the game that gets cancelled, or like I just want them to like make some good game. So
Yeah,
hoping
and
they get a successful game.
they're a studio that deserves to do so well, because they were, I say were, hopefully they still are, but they're a phenomenally talented bunch, right? Those Tomb Raider reboots were top tier in terms of visuals and all the rest of it. And the Marvel's Avengers game was also phenomenal in certain aspects, but very much undermined by the direction that they were forced to take it in terms of live service and monetization. So it's really sad to see what has befallen them over the last several years. It's been quite a lot of years since that one came about. So for that reason alone, yeah, hopefully, Tomb Raider will be a return to form for them and a return to kind of prominence. So we shall see. Time will tell.
There is one thing I want to say. I'm a little bit worried, just a little bit worried, that they are doing two Tomb Raider games at once, like too much work at once. Like just
what
do
is
the
this
first
Catalyst one? So I don't know
then
this
get to
Catalyst
the
one. Luke, what's Tomb Raider Catalyst?
Well, so this the Atlantis one, as far as I'm aware, Flying Wild Hog are basically lead dev on this, and Crystal Dynamics are overseeing. Crystal Dynamics are mainly making Catalyst, which they announced at the same time as Atlantis, but they just showed a brief sort of CG setup. That's an older Lara Croft, so like post trilogy Lara Croft age, really. So I don't know anything. Nobody knows anything about that one other than it's kind of the bulk of the Crystal Dynamics dev team working on that, and then Flying Wild Hog doing Atlantis with Crystal Dynamics overseeing as well.
Okay. So this is going to be the Evil West of it, and the other one will be the one to look forward to. That's mean. I don't. Okay, I'm not high in confidence in Flying Wild Hog based on Evil West, but we shall see. Let's do. Go on.
Are they connected then, these Tomb Raider games, or are they two standalone projects? Are they a follow on from one from the other?
I think the intention is, in terms of like narrative continuity, that these are Catalyst and Atlantis are connected, in that Catalyst is the same Lara as Atlantis, but just much older. Yeah. And I don't know if they're taking that reboot trilogy in that continuity line, or whether they're just saying that was a different thing. We're going away from that. So I suspect
that one's in prison now for all of the murders. And this is a different Lara.
Yeah, leave that somewhere else. So that's, I think that's the intention of it.
Okay, Amine. Might have asked you last time, but another one. And again, we don't need to touch all of them, but pick any that are particularly interesting. Obviously, we will touch God of War, but we'll do that last.
Yeah, there is a lot of interesting games. Like there's a lot of them. I think I'm interested in Onimusha. I'm interested in that. That's the game that I will play this year.
Did you?
Like I played
so
the
that one's
demo.
got a demo out now, right? So yeah, you played the demo. How did you find it?
Yeah, it's good. It's I don't know. It's not Souls-like. It's different. Like there is some parrying.
Reading your voice, not so much the word specifically, but your voice makes it sound really underwhelming, kind of terrible. Like, it's good.
No.
It wasn't very fun.
I don't know how to describe it. It's zombies with samurais. What not to like?
Then why do you sound like you didn't like it?
I like about it. No, I did like it. It's just that I don't know. Like that's all I have to say about it. Like I want to play Onimusha. I played the old Onimusha. Like I think the third one. It has drawn Reno, or I forgot his name, the French guy. and I played it just a little bit, but I was interested in it. Like I like this concept of having zombies in the samurai setting. The boss fight that you get to fight at the end of the demo, I found it a little bit hard, and not hard because the game is hard. Like the controls, I found them a little bit hard to get used to, but I'm hoping that I get used to them when I play the real game. I'm not sure if did you play it, Luke? I know that you're interested in Onimusha.
Yeah, I did play it. I also found the boss of that demo fairly difficult until I started just exclusively using Isen. And if you use that, he's so easy. He's like super easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I played the demo. I really enjoyed it. It runs like super well. Looks really nice. I think I think people have like picked up on this criticism a bit online as well. The only thing I didn't like is that the game obviously has Isen, which is a bit like a sort of parry mechanic, effectively, and it's really, really fun to use. But the enemies aren't very aggressive, even on the high difficulty, so you can't use it as much as you would like. You're kind of waiting for enemies to attack you, and they're not like super, like the zombie, type enemies are not very aggressive. So I hope they tune that before it releases. But other than that, I really, really liked it. It's awesome that we're getting a new Onimusha game.
Okay, so
both of you... I just wanted to say that I agree. Like I wanted them to attack me so I can parry, but sometimes
but they're just they're like, nah, I'm not gonna.
And then they do they just do a gesture like to trick you. The boss also tries to do like a trick on you, but I want them to be a little bit more aggressive because I do like parrying.
Yeah, it's great in this. It's really fun.
Okay, good. So both of you, I know that you were both already looking forward to that one before the demo dropped. You've now seen this extra trailer, you played the demo, and you're both still looking forward to it. So more success for Capcom, 100% win ratio there. Let's talk about Control. Control Resonant was here. And Craig, you like Control, so you can do this one. You said there was nothing in this showcase that was of interest to you, but Control Resonant, you're interested.
I thought it was in the game. It was in the Game Fest as well, wasn't it? But I was worried about Control 2 at first because it seemed like it was moving away from what I liked about the first one. The combat, when she's using her telekinesis and you're just ripping chunks out of the wall and all the furniture and stuff. But the more I see of it, the more I am interested in it, the more I probably will be there day one to play it. Well, -2. Day one, -2, whatever you want to call it.
Okay. Touching on the PlayStation
stupid
2-day exclusivity. Yeah. Well, okay. So we're going to get back onto Control Resonant, the game itself. But let's talk about this 2-day exclusivity that comes with Sony's marketing deal. I'm not sure if you had to buy a particular edition or what the deal is, but you can get the game 2 days earlier on PlayStation than you can on PC, Xbox, anywhere else. So, is that egregious? Is it petty? Is it like, I don't know, what's going on? Amine, does it upset you?
It doesn't upset me, but it's Remedy. Like they either have exclusivity, like when they did Quantum Break, or like they would do some weird stuff, like they have exclusivity with Epic Game. They're always searching for a deal with someone to get some extra money. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy the early access to be honest. I'm not sure if I would buy the game. But yeah.
I mean, 2 days it's a strange one because 2 days is unlikely to sway anyone in a serious way, is it? Like we know that it works for a really big game in the way that like loads of people bought Forza Horizon 6 to get 3 days of early access. FOMO does work to some degree, but not to the I'm gonna buy a PlayStation or even like choose which platform I play on this basis necessarily. I guess if you've got an Xbox and a PlayStation, maybe it would sway you across. But what gets me is people are angry about this 2-day exclusivity deal, whilst simultaneously cheering on full exclusivity and longer exclusivity deals. And I don't know, pick a lane, right? Do you like it or do you hate it? This one seems pretty minor in the grand scheme. What do you reckon to it, Luke?
I just don't care. Like, I've seen people getting on their high horse being like, I will not support this game now, because they wanted to buy it on like PC or Xbox or whatever. And I'm just like, like as Amine said, like, I want Remedy to like be successful and do well. And if they got something out of this that means that Control Resonant can, it's like a contributory factor to it being successful, then does it really matter if someone gets the game 48 hours before you do? Like, the only issue I have with it is that it opens the door to get spoiled on the game, right? That someone can play it on PlayStation and they could finish it in 48 hours. And then they could post some fucking spoilers, as people like to do these days, because they have no etiquette whatsoever. So that's the only bit of that I don't like. I won't be buying it on PlayStation because I'll be playing it on PC. So, but I'm not furious about it. I think the only kind of sour thing about it is that, you would pay, just say on Xbox, you would pay the same price as you do on PlayStation for the game if you pre-order it, but yet your version doesn't come with the early access. But I just don't care enough about that. Like, mainly because I'm not buying it on either of those platforms anyway. I'm getting it on PC, so I'll get it for much cheaper than it's available for on those. So I'd rather have that, to be honest. So it doesn't really affect me at all. But there's some people on the high horse about it. Whatever. The game looks great, by the way. Like, it looks super, super good, and a lot of people had hands-on with it as well in the last week, and all the previews have been like incredibly positive about it. So that's great, and I suspect it'll be it should be a good hit for Remedy, except that it's releasing in like the week of death for the game industry, where everything is releasing within like 2 days of each other. So I do think they should have a look at maybe moving it to October. Ideally, if you could bring it forward,
the Xbox and
even
PC
better.
Push those back to October.
Yeah, push
the
it
PlayStation.
for those. Yeah, plot twist. I like that. I just want it to do well for Remedy. And if they need to move it, that's fine.
Yeah, and they're a studio that's quite easy to get behind because they do put their all into doing things that are a bit different, using their own engines and just doing quite creative things with it. So we'd like to see them succeed. Amine?
Yeah, I just want to ask. I don't know a lot about the game. I just know that it's different. It's not a shooter, I guess, this time. I don't think it has any guns. Is it true that they want to make it Souls-like? Because I'm not sure if that's something they
it's
want
not Souls-like.
to do.
Yeah, no, it's not. So it's a character action game. So probably it's more akin to like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta. Yeah, but I think it's still got a lot of the elements from the original Control. So it still has like labyrinthian environments and probably some Metroidvania elements and stuff like that, but it's not a Souls game.
No, and Souls-like gets thrown around, meaning different things to different people. So for some people, it's Souls-like if it's got bonfires, and for some people, it's Souls-like if it's a bit difficult. So really, it's like, what does that even mean?
What is? Yeah, but at least in the classic From presentation of a game, it's not that.
Mm. No.
Okay.
Cool. Anything else on Control Resonant, or shall we move on to? Shall we do God of War next?
I was going to say, like they pulled the reverse God of War. Now you play as a male protagonist instead of a female protagonist.
Yeah.
So on that note, let's talk about Rayman Legends. which is completely unrelated entirely. But that was a little surprise, eh? Rayman Legends. We're not surprised because we knew that there was a remaster coming, and when we heard that there was a remaster coming, I thought, but Rayman Legends still looks fine. Like its art style stands up, doesn't need a remaster. And then what they showed was has a lot more depth to it. It's a reimagining. It's a 3D version of Rayman Legends. It's coming out October 1st for like 35 quid, so half the price of a normal game. Anybody interested in a Rayman Legends?
I'm all in. All in. I was very skeptical about it because, yeah, as you said, Rayman Legends still looks amazing today because it's just got a timeless art style. And I was like, like I'd heard that, it's actually quite impressive, the remake. And I was like, yeah, but how? Like, how is it going to be more impressive than Legends? Like, what could you possibly do? And then, as you say, it turns out what they've done is kind of just made everything 3D, but on a 2D plane, and then put like new levels and like different types of levels in there. I think it looks amazing visually. I think it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I think it's being made in Snowdrop as well, which is cool. And it's a really good price. Like I think it's a very, very good price. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, the trailer, it shows that they do have, it has a little bopping shield, so now it's got the musical levels that I love from the game in the first place. The bit that
it's got new musical levels as well. It's got 2 new music levels. Apparently.
Excellent. I love the musical levels. But I'm not so sure about these flying sections. That's the only thing. They've gone, we've got death now, let's have these flying sections, and those look kind of wank. But still, looking forward to the game overall. Anybody else a Rayman kind of player?
Back on the Sega Saturn.
I used to like Rayman. I think I played it a bit, but yeah, I think this one is better than the original Legends. I don't know. It did not stick with me like the Legends, the original Rayman Legends. I played it just for a bit, and I was like, it's okay. I'm hoping maybe they do a movie. Maybe they do a Rayman movie. I don't know. Not hoping. I'm just saying that they can
That's
do
what
that.
You love.
Not commercial slow, but yeah, it looks like they are giving him a personality and some cinematics. Did the original Rayman Legends have that, or they added it for this one?
I can't remember if they had cinematics. Do you remember, Issa?
I don't remember Rayman having like a voice in particular or any kind of character, which still makes him a million times more charismatic than Mario ever was. And Mario got a movie, so
why not Rayman?
Exactly. Okay, that's enough Rayman. Let's go to before we do God of War, because God of War was obviously a big part of the showcase. Are there any others in the PlayStation showcase that you find gents want to touch on before we do God of War?
Like, I think everything was good. It's hard to like pick stuff. I think there was like a game for everybody, and it was like good games. It's not like I'm gonna buy them all, but they look good. That's what and the release dates are not far away. Now, some of them, like a lot of them, are September. But yeah, yeah. So it's it was a good showcase. So there's Phantom Blade Zero, and there is that Kimori, and there's No Rest for the Wicked, and that's The Lost Wild. There is a lot of good games.
And plenty of things we haven't.
Silent Hill, Token, even Ace Combat is good. I think the only thing that was maybe odd that I'm not interested in is that Sushi the Diver game that they showed.
Bancho.
Yeah. That's good showcase.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's do an overview, like how you thought about the delivery of the showcase overall, and then we'll talk about God of War. So, Luke, good showcase for you?
Yeah, it was. It was one of those that, like, it's not the best showcase I've ever done in terms of reveals. As in, it did have some big reveals, and obviously we'll talk about the biggest one. but it wasn't like, oh, that's like a shocking, development. Like, I can't believe that's being made. It was more just like very consistently high quality games that were being shown. Like everything, like pretty much everything looked, apart from June Awakening, which I couldn't give a fuck about. Everything looked good. Like, like it all looked really, really good and very high quality. And yes, we'd seen a lot of it before, but where we had seen it, it would be like a release date for the game, which is that's a perfectly justifiable reason to reshow the game. So I enjoyed it a lot for that reason, and then also the reason we'll talk about imminently, I think.
Yeah, and you mentioned there that there weren't masses of big reveals, and that's in a way good, because the one of the positives that I take from it is that actually everything in there was relatively soon. Historically, if you go back like 10-15 years, Sony had a real habit of kind of getting overexcited and spilling things maybe 10 years before they actually were ready to deliver. Which they're not doing anymore. So this was actually quite restrained. These are all things that are coming out kind of this year, next year. Not going pie in the sky. Here's like a Final Fantasy, Shenmue, that E3 where they had all these games that didn't come out for almost a decade after they announced them. So that's a positive. I prefer that as a style of, I don't know, I like a little bit of distant excitement, but this went well for me. Craig, you hated this showcase. You said, I'll play Wolverine if I have to, but really...
Because I resent my PS5 daughter. That's my problem.
You should just put it in the bin. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, just get shot. No, I mean, the issue, I couldn't tell you like how it was structured and if it kept the pace, because I just watched it after the fact and didn't watch the whole thing, just watched the trailers after the fact.
Did you watch the June Awakening trailer?
No, I did not. Because I also do not care about June.
Fair enough. It's not even that. Like, June is an IP. I'm sure there's some potential there, but like a crusty old survival game that's already been out for a while didn't do it for me. Anyway, let's go then to God of War. So, show closed off, as we pretty much knew it would, with God of War. I don't even know how you say the Laufey. Yeah, Faye's story in God of War. Faye's story post her death in God of War 2018. And it's got... you can tell me, actually. I'm not going to go into the feedback for the game. It was a 20-minute gameplay segment, which was too long for my personal taste. I don't need to see 20 minutes of a game. But it let us see a fair amount of what it's about, where it's set, who it features. And Craig, you look most like Kratos. What do you think of it?
I don't know. Because I did enjoy God of War 2018, but I didn't enjoy it enough that I wanted to jump into what were the next one called? Val? Ragnarok, yeah. I wasn't like chomping at the bit, but then I played it when it came to PS Plus extra tier, and I didn't finish it because it just didn't have the staying power for me. So with this one, I just think, well, it's probably going to be more of the same. The combat looks weirdly a bit more control resonant with the sort of pace of it and the movement, but yeah, I mean, I saw the cube and I didn't know what to make of it, and I thought, yeah.
The cube has got a fair amount of attention and stuff, but we'll. I mean, heard what Craig thinks about this reveal so far. What do you think of? Firstly, what do you think of God of War as an IP, as the previous two games go? And what do you think of this new one? What we've seen of it?
So I did play the first one. I enjoyed it a bit, I would say. But when I finished it, Ragnarok was already out, I believe. And I was not like looking, like I did not go immediately to Ragnarok. I was not like looking for more God of War. I was a bit tired of it. It was good. I like the cinematic aspect of it. But then when I played Ragnarok, it's just the first 2018 one and bigger and better, which is normal for a sequel. but the story just did not interest me too much. Like I remember I had this conversation with Luke, and they called it an Avengers story, just like as trying to go against Odin and all of that. But for this lo-fi or whatever you want to call it, I think I'm more interested in this one than Ragnarok, because the story and the setting interests me. Like, I'm not sure where they are going with this. Like, she dies and she goes to this other
Everywhere,
world
not everywhere, not
where,
everywhere, yeah.
where all the gods go when they die. So like that part interests me. Like, where will she end up? That's the thing. What will we see? Because they can bring the gods from the Greek era,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
they can do. I don't like the cube too much. I like the actor of the cube, because his cool is like his Jacques Quid, I think
Quid,
he's
yeah.
called, right?
Yeah.
He's a nerd and he plays in The Boys, but he's like trying to play the role of Atreus in this game, because he seems like your companion. But I just don't like the idea of him just being a cube. There has to be a good reason why they are
You
doing
need to see
that. So
butt
I'm
cheeks, is what you're
hoping-
saying.
You see him in mocap as the cube.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's
what?
super
Make it
weird.
laugh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
They-
why are they doing
like
the
the
mocap
cage
for the
around him?
Yeah, walking
Like-
around with the cube around.
because it was just brilliant to me, because it was like, it made total sense that Jack Quaid would be there doing like the mocap, right? But I just expected he'd be in a suit. You know, he would just be in a suit, and then they would fill in the cubeness. But no, he's wearing like a cage, so they can accurately mocap the cube. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah, like yeah, that was weird. I'm like, are they serious, or is that a joke that they are doing the mocap for the cube? But yeah, I'm interested to see where the story goes in that game. As when it comes to the gameplay, it's a bit samey, but it feels just a tiny bit faster and more nimble than, I would say, than like Kratos. You're like, you have more aerial attacks and stuff like that. So the graphics are samey as well. I think it doesn't look different. Yeah. Do you know, Luke, I asked this question to Asa, but do you know which engine are they doing? Is it the Decima engine?
No, it's their in-house engine. They have their own.
Oh, okay.
Which I bloody well told you, Amine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I have to say about it. I think some people are saying the actress looks not like real life, and I think they have not watched her play in Daredevil. She doesn't do makeup or anything like that in Daredevil. Did you watch the Daredevil, Luke? Right?
Yep. Yeah.
she-
Deborah Ann Woll.
she
Yeah,
doesn't-
she looks exactly like she does in like now,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, okay, so
again,
let's touch
another-
on that. So obviously
yeah.
most of the conversation around there is like parts of the internet that you'd rather distance yourself from. But there's a lot of talk because, oh no, it's a female character, therefore it's woke and terrible, and they've made her ugly and all the rest of it, right? As far as I can tell, she's very accurately captured for this game, but the like-for-like pictures that people are putting up are the actress covered in makeup doing portrait shots versus the motion captured rendition of her.
That's the same.
Where
I
she's
don't know
not
what you're talking about.
supposed to look like that and would look really weird if she did look like that, right? Am I missing anything? Like, is there a problem with the character? Has some like political agenda infiltrated the studio and made this character look wrong to anybody here?
No, next question.
Yeah, Greg's a society. Let's not do it.
Do you know the other
She
thing
looks-
that's
she looks
weird
great.
though?
She looks like
is,
Deborah Ann Woll. I don't really get what the problem is.
Should she though? Because Kratos doesn't look like the voice actor.
Yeah, but Kratos is a character created from 20 years ago, Asa. He's not going
Well, I know, but the new version of
not even
Kratos, and
based
it's
on
weird.
anyone.
I'm not even mentioning it like completely by accident because Kratos actually, I can't remember when, but they around the launch of the game they were quite specific that his skin was like it had an inhuman quality because he's not a human. She's not a human.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, Kratos is also covered in ash.
He's got the ash backstory as well, right? So he's supposed to be grey, but
yeah.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Asa. He looks just like Craig. Kratos just look like.
The other stuff that people have been criticizing though. So you mentioned the cube. The bit that's playing on screen at the moment has this like Disney-esque puppy creature thing, and as soon as that came on, I was like, "Oh no, they've done that." I'm sick of this archetype creature that appears in every Disney movie. Fortunately, it gets thrown on a fire fairly soon, and you don't have to put up with it. But you do get Frank the Cube and some talking ribbons on a sword, which, come what may, is going to be in the game. Can judge what the cube is, have guesses about where it's going to fit in the story, why it is what it is. But it does have a certain tone in the dialogue that some people like and some people don't. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's a departure from the God of War games that we've been playing, or is it more of the same tone? Is it? What's going on, Luke?
What tone wise? I think it's a bit more. I think it's a bit more whimsical than like the 28. I mean, ignore the original trilogy, right? Because that was its own thing. But 2018 and Ragnarok, you know, they I wouldn't say they were self-serious or anything like that, and they're actually quite. There's a lot of humor in those games, mainly from Kratos, I think. But they were very like sort of reflective and kind of grounded in the world that they existed in the Norse realm, as far as you can be. I think this is like, and I like really love this about it, which is that this is like quite weird in terms of the setting and Frank and these talking ribbons and like, but it helps to distinguish that this is not Kratos' story, right? This is Faye's, and what Faye's going through is like something completely different. I'm sure it will have like very emotional points. You see, like there's a couple of emotional points in the trailer, like when, you know, Kratos puts her hand out to her and stuff like it's stuff from 2018 and Ragnarok in terms of the emotional tone, but just the kind of overarching feel of it feels a bit more whimsical. Like the tone is a bit more whimsical, but it's a pretty mental place that she's in. So like I think that's fine to be like for it to stand alone from the series, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can't remember where I was. So, speaking of the setting and the tone, though, in this afterlife thing, you do meet a couple of, at least initially, antagonists, a couple of other characters, one that she fights, and the other companion. They're taken from two different mythologies. There's an Egyptian one, and I can't remember what the other one is. The names
Mongolian.
Mongolian, is it? So,
Mm.
that's quite interesting in and of itself. You've already mentioned the potential for encounters with characters that Kratos has dispatched in previous games. It's quite open. There's room for whimsy. There's room for all the rest of it. I think it looks freaking awesome. I really like the design of the two gods that she's encountering on the cutscene at the moment. The one with the fiery hair and the other one. Yeah, like it looks like there's going to be a fantastic game in there to me. The two God of War games prior to 2018 and Ragnarok, I think Ragnarok in particular had some real pacing issues. And I didn't actually like the direction that they took the story overall. But it has my favorite combat in the slew of melee games that are available, I think. I really enjoy the kind of blend between like weight and responsiveness that they deliver in it. This one looks a little more fluid. Like you say, Amine mentioned it's got a bit of control resonant about it in how aerial she can be. Developers have talked about how they were aiming to make her more mobile, more agile, and add a bit of that kind of pacing that the older God of War games had. As one of their inspirations was the original trilogy, where Kratos was quite nimble. That's what they want for this game. Pretty much everything about it is very exciting to me. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Anything else on God of War, though? I'm sure there is plenty, but
I just think it looks, pretty spectacular. I think I'm kind of there with you. I think, and Amine made a good point, which is that, like, I like that you just don't know where this is going to go. Like, this is a completely new universe. Like, you have no when you think about like Kratos being in the Norse realm, you've got a lot of preconceived notions about who he's going to meet. Right? It's like he's got to meet Thor at some point and all that sort of stuff. With this, it could be literally anything. It could be anything. The potential for her to go and meet like Zeus or someone is cool. Even potential to go and meet like Boulder, from 2018 and that sort of stuff. And obviously she has history with those characters. It's very cool. Combat looks great. Visually, thought it looked great. Cast is really good. I'm just super excited for that. And I think as well, when it got leaked that it was like a like Corey Barlog was mainly doing like another God of War game, and that it would be Starfey. I was kind of like, okay, like I will give I'll give the studio the benefit of the doubt because they're such a talented studio. But in the back of my head, I was kind of like, oh yeah, but like I thought the whole reason they did God of War 2018 and Ragnarok in just 2 games rather than 3 was because they wanted to move away from the Norse stuff. Like they wanted to finish that arc. So I was a bit kind of perplexed by it. And I was like, well, a prequel wouldn't be that interesting, would it? Unless she goes to different places. And then it turns out and this is why the leaks, sometimes leaks without any context are so silly and like damaging for perceptions about games, because then you see it and you're like, oh, okay, this is like, I didn't even expect it to be concurrent with the events of 2018 and she is dead, but she's kind of in an afterlife and there's this place where every god goes and they all fight each other. Like that's just a really cool concept. So I'm just really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and hopefully somewhere along the journey she meets Atreus, because that means the little fucker died. So
that would be a plot twist. Yeah. That'd be a big plot twist.
Yeah, we can hope.
There is one criticism I will give this game. Is not this game, it's Sony in general. I don't know if they will continue like just rehashing. How far can they like continue rehashing the same like type of game? Like you want these developers like Santa Monica to try to do something else outside of God of War. I don't want them to like just stick to like God of War camera behind the shoulder just like this. So I don't know if they can if they will become more Ubisoft with their games, like doing Assassin's Creed a lot of times. Does that make sense?
That's a criticism that the Sony formula was a thing that was like memed upon maybe 5 years ago when everybody wanted them to move away from it, and then they did into 11 live service games, and everybody was like, "Oh no, we made a mistake."
So I don't know. Like if like God of War, they keep making like very similar games, like I will stop buying them because I feel like I played that thing, even if the story is different. That's what I'm trying to say.
There are definitely elements of it that feel when you start to recognize a formula, games lose their appeal, and Ubisoft went through it in a big way because they did a lot of design by numbers, and I'm sympathetic to it, because if you've got data that says like players need to have something happen at this frequency or they'll drop off of your latest Far Cry game, it would kind of be irresponsible not to design around it. But Ubisoft designed around numbers and data so hard that the Ubisoft formula became a meme. Sony's formula became a bit of a meme. This one, like, it's irksome that everybody has companions that give you hints on how to complete puzzles and tell you when an enemy is about to attack you from behind. And you know that the cube and the ribbons are going to do the Mimir and Atreus role of doing exactly that. Like, oh, this player's stuck at this puzzle, we don't want that. Let's tell them what to look at. Let's give them a stronger hint as we go. Every Sony game has that. And at some point, yeah, you will recognize the formula and just kind of groan a little bit and feel that that's how it's been designed. But I'm not there with it yet. This looks great to me.
Yeah, for now I will play this. Yeah, I will play this game. But at some point it will get old. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, as these things do. Fair enough. Fair enough. In that case, let's have a little PlayStation break. Let's have a little games break in general. Being the gaming podcast that we are, it's not going to be a long break. We're going to get straight back to it. But there was a semi-interesting interview with Asher Sharma from Bloomberg, which I'm assuming you've seen bits and pieces of or read bits and pieces of. It was quite... in a sense, it was a really good interview. In I don't know who she was, so I can't say her name. But the questions were very pertinent, relevant in terms of the topics that were being asked about, but also quite softball and polite and nice and gentle to deal with. My take on most of this interview is that very little was actually said, but you might disagree. A lot of Twitter disagrees, that's for sure. Luke, I'm assuming you're all up to date on this and you've seen or heard some of this interview. What did you think of it?
I've only seen bits, actually. I didn't really give a toss, so I kind of ignored most of it. So
it's fair and sensible.
I saw some sound bites. So I saw some of the answers that I saw that she gave to the questions, which were actually quite good. Like the questions were quite pointed, I thought, and kind of direct, which is nice. The main one I saw was the where she was talking about exclusives. And it was basically it was kind of like a non-answer almost, or covering every kind of element of saying, well, we're a big publisher, so we need to sell our games in places, but also we appreciate that maybe we need to look at some exclusive content for our hardware, which is basically the most obvious answer that you could possibly give. I don't mean that in a offensive way. I just mean that it doesn't really tell you anything, because it's clear that they're still trying to make those decisions behind the scene about what they do about publishing on multiple platforms, and then having a console come out and trying to retain their hardcore base and trying to incentivize people to come to the platform with exclusive content. There's all this balance which we talked about ad nauseum before. So I saw that. I didn't really see much of the other stuff that she said. I don't know if there was anything more interesting than that, but
there are bits and pieces. I'm going to go to Amine and see if he's got anything to say on this. Have you caught up with this? I mean, do you know what's going on there?
No, I saw the clip. I saw something about resetting the brand. I did not see the clip. I just saw the quote that was said, resetting the brand in the next 100 days or something like that. And I just did not even care to click on that clip and listen to what she said.
That's
I will when I see things happen, when they happen, they happen. That's where I am right now. I did not want to listen to it.
Fair. Craig, have you caught this or just seen general sentiment around it?
No, I wasn't even aware of it at all. About anything had happened.
Well, this topic's backfired on ASIM.
No, it hasn't. Fortunately, this is one of the only things that I have seen. This is one of the only things that I have seen. You'd think from the social response, or at least from the parasocial troopers, as I call them, that this was a fantastic interview, and she's sharp as anything, best CEO ever. Damn, that Phil Spencer guy sucked, and now everything's completely different, revived, rejuvenated, and all conquering. The interview was fine, right? Like I say, the questions, like you say, they were pointed questions. They were good questions. They were the things that people want to hear about and want to know. But they were also fairly soft. It was a polite interview. And that's not a criticism at all, because that was just the situation. You wouldn't go into an interview with the CEO of Xbox and be a dickhead and make her uncomfortable, right? So it was a good, very civil kind of interview with good questions and with non-answers. The bits that stood out to me were that some of the answers, particularly around the core console fan base kind of rhetoric that goes around, were given through both sides of her mouth and given with different messages. Because within the scope of a few sentences, you'd get this: it's all about the core fan base. This is what's important. We're resetting the brand and making sure that we connect with them and do everything for them. They're what matters. And in the same sentence, you'd get new players aren't engaging in that way. They things to be digestible. They like things on the go. They like this, they like that, and we need to meet them where they are. And it's two completely like opposing messages delivered as, yes, we're doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, there's non-answers, and there's one of these can't be true answers. Like you're not doing both. You're doing one or the other. You can do both, but don't pretend that like both are your focus, because that's not how focus works. So it was a little bit odd, and I'm not convinced by anything. I find the Parasocial Trooper idea that Phil was terrible and Ash is brilliant quite kind of disturbing. I think we've got a long way to go before we see any evidence of that. And I think they should have put me in charge. If the first 100 days were learning what a game is, you could have had a massive head start if you'd put me in charge. I already knew what they are.
Could have sorted that straight out. You would have given them full answers.
Yeah, absolutely. Not answers people like. So I would have been like, yep, VR, focused on that now.
Yeah.
Don't care about the business.
Yeah. Running it
for the
in my
greater
image.
good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that happened. Again, I'm not ready to be like massively critical of the direction she's taken the brand or the team that she's got on. They might be really good. They might do great things. But I'm not sold either. I'd say probably in terms of my general like sentiment towards Xbox as a brand and my confidence in it, it's probably at its lowest at the moment long term. Because I don't know what they're going to do. I think short to medium term, they're going to have some fantastic games. We've got their showcases coming up in a couple of days' time, tomorrow actually. And I think it'll be a brilliant showcase. I think Gears of War will look brilliant. And I think they're going to have fantastic things. But these are all like the previous team's legacy. And you move beyond 5 years, I'd say I'm probably less confident than I was before in them catering directly to me. But you know, my confidence doesn't really matter. We'll wait and see what they do. Yep. So let's move on then. So Summer Game Fest was the other big showcase that we'll cover today and talk about some games from. I actually haven't seen it. So I'm going to put my feet up and let you bounce between yourselves, because there were a lot of games there. I know some of them, I've seen bits and pieces, but this is a learning experience for me. So teach me, Craig.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I've made a little list of some other things. But yeah, I mean, for me, I kind of jumped out my seat when Grounded got a little announcement, and it was only a little announcement as well.
Can you show us the list?
Pun intended with that little announcement, Grounded? Any pun? No pun? No pun.
No pun.
Where's your list? How did you make a list? Did you write it down with a pen and paper? Is it on a PC?
No,
is it in your head? Is it a real list? Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Yeah.
Well, it works well enough, because you asked Amine, you accused him of being really organised, but you're the one that's got a little list on your phone.
No, well, Amine pointed me to this website, and this is where I put the list together, because I couldn't remember everything that I'd seen, but I put a list together off of all the trailers. But yeah, Grounded 2 getting its big summer update, and I think it'll be almost like possibly a year to the day since it launched in early access. Big summer update, yeah, it's going to be the biggest one that they've done to date, but it is coming to PlayStation at the same time, which is unusual in that it's still in early access, and you almost never, or possibly never, have had early access on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it says something about their confidence, because I looked into it a bit because I wanted to know what the special circumstance was here. I thought, well, this isn't them quietly announcing 1.0 and not continuing development past this point. That was my concern, but it's not. They are still developing it. It is still in early access, but it's at a point that PlayStation are happy to say, yes, fair enough, this ticks all the boxes. We're happy for this to be on our platform, which, given the state of the updates prior to this point, they've always been very buggy. They've reduced performance in some instances. So I think, well, they've got to be confident in something if they've managed to get approval from Sony.
I think in years prior, and not that long ago at all, Sony had a pretty firm no early access policy. So game previews that you get on Xbox and PC and early access programs, they did not have an equivalent, and they weren't interested in it. And then they missed out on things like Power World. So I think they've flexed on that, and now there is an early access program of a sort, and that's what's being used here. It's funny that your first choice thing to talk about from Summer Game Fest is so insignificant that they've not actually listed it as a separate kind of trailer or piece for me to think.
It was a nothing burger of a trailer. There was nothing to it really. It was more just to announce the new update and that it's coming to Sony, to PlayStation.
Is it 1.0 or?
No. Because like I say, that's what I was worried about, knowing that it was coming to PlayStation and that they don't generally do early access. I thought, is that them saying that we're done with development, we're having to cut it short? Because we're expecting it to go for another year besides, till August 27, maybe even beyond. Mm-hmm. But yes, that is still the plan by all accounts.
That's a long time before it releases in the way that I'd be interested in playing it.
But you'd be interested.
I have a no early access policy still, even if Sony gave us. Give me another one that's not grounded.
Clutch.
Clutch was revealed ahead of the PlayStation 1 and then shown again at this, but we've not come together since there, have we? So let's talk about Clutch. It is Mike Brown and former Playground developers broke away from making Forza Horizon games, formed their own studio, quite a big studio, quite a bit of money behind it. And they have revealed Clutch, their open world story. What's the line that they give? It's a narrative adventure that's not Forza, is a different game. Tell me about it, Craig. You love the cars the most, so we'll keep with you. You tell me what you thought of Clutch so far, and we'll pass that one around and people can talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of Amine straight away because he likes a story in his racing games. So, yeah, I mean, that remains to be seen how that's going to land, doesn't it? The story side of it, but more cars, open world. But I was the only thing I didn't like about it when I saw the trailer was the Fast and the Furious style grappling
grapple hooks.
Yeah, that they were firing. I was like, oh no. But then again, I mean, if that's where it sits, if that's its camp and it sits over there, it's all right. Forza's over here, so if this is how it differentiates itself, and it is a bit more ludicrous and a bit more out there, and a bit more GTA heist style, then yeah, fair enough. Have at it.
Also open world, you're right? It's open
world.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's weird. It's open world that at the same time, I think they said that you race in an official race and not an official race. You do both, like you do official races, and like there is a story of an underground racing community and getting into trouble and stuff like that. Yeah. Interesting.
But like Craig says, I mean, you were particularly interested in Need for Speed. You always said, I don't like Forza Horizon, it's got no soul. I like Need for Speed because there's police chases and the cars feel like boats.
No.
You into this?
I am. Yeah, I'm not sure if the story doesn't need to be amazing. Like, I don't need it to be really, really good. I just need like a little bit of flair, some personality, not some Google Translate voice actor doing the voices for Forza and like being boring and you cannot even skip it. Like, this has cops. Hoping they do something with cops where they can take away your car, and also they make you, I guess, work for your car. That's something else that I want from it. Yeah, I have some hopes for this game, and also it's a custom Unreal Engine 5 game, so there is a chance for VR. There is a chance for VR, and that will be good. So yeah, I might buy it. I need to see gameplay, not the cinematics. So
You could put like coffee cups and stuff wherever you want inside your car, can't you? And, but like I said, if I can't put an empty bounty wrapper in my side door pocket, then no, not buying it.
You can't do that in Forza Horizon 6 and you love it.
Oh yes, but they sold me on this.
I wonder if it is focused on multiplayer. I don't think they talked about multiplayer a lot. They talked mostly about the single player. Yeah, like Need for Speed has multiplayer, but it's not like something I go to. Like I never go for Need for Speed for multiplayer, but they did not talk about it much.
So here's an unfair question. Forza Horizon 6 is brilliant. Forza Horizon 5 was brilliant.
Nope.
Forza Horizon 4 was brilliant.
Yep.
These games are consistently brilliant. A whole load of talent, or a whole load of people from Playground Games, left after Forza Horizon 5, formed this new studio to make a new racing game. But Forza Horizon 6 was still brilliant. So, has the talent left? How
did the talent
confident can we
stay
be in this new studio? Did the talent stay at Playground Games? And were these people never actually responsible for the quality that we got? It's a difficult one to call. What do you reckon, Luke?
Well, I think Mike Brown was the lead on Forza Horizon 5, wasn't he? I think that was his
producer,
role.
I think,
so, yeah, so I think, well, maybe the answer is just that Playground just have so many talented members of
too
staff.
much talent, overflowing.
They have too much talent.
It's in the UK, so they will do, yeah.
Yeah, so like, you know, that is just a testament to that studio and the caliber of person they attract. Obviously, we're presuming Clutch will be good. It looks cool, looks really cool. Yeah. But we won't know until it needs to see some like actual gameplay first, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's weird that they say that this is his longest developed game. I'm like, what?
And it was only 3 years. Yeah, that tells you something about the cadence of Forza Horizon development, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was meant to be published by Amazon. So they signed a publishing deal with Amazon Games, and Amazon dropped it. Not necessarily to do with the quality of the game. They were just looking to kind of exit. You know, it's 2025, 2026. Like, welcome to the publishing world. But luckily, they've got so much funding that they're just self-publishing it now, which is great because if it is successful, then it will be really good for the studio. So yeah, fingers crossed for that one.
Mm-hmm. It's a difficult space as well because obviously Forza Horizon is quite dominant in that area, and we know that it's going to PlayStation as well, so it is everywhere. The Crew suffered this because in terms of like objective quality, the Crew games, particularly the last one, were actually kind of good, but nowhere near enough to make a dent on Forza Horizon. So Clutch is up against it there. Do you think, from what we've seen of what they've said about its narrative stuff, its underground, its street racing, blah, 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 do you think they've actually got a niche they can carve out, or are they up against it just by virtue of their being quite a heavily dominated category that they're entering?
I think they've got a good chance. I mean, it's you've got no Need for Speed at the moment, and this would look to fill that kind of gap. I think that's the closest analogous game to that, and people are hungry for racing games like that are more arcade based, I would say, which this will be. So I think this could do, if it's good, if it's a quality game, like I think it could do very well.
Yeah, I think it will be good. I think it's going to be successful. Yeah, is it next year? Did they say what year it will be?
It's just 27. Yeah,
27. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of arcade races, we can segue into Hot Wheels Infinite Rush.
Okay, and we've had some Hot Wheels experience. We like a bit of Hot Wheels in our Forza, and we played Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 a fair amount. It made for some good community games. So there's a new Hot Wheels game you're telling me now. Hot Wheels Infinite something.
Infinite
Rush. Craig, tell me about it.
It's like a semi-open world Hot Wheels experience. It's apparently it's a few biomes, but they are more open. It's not track structured. It put me in mind of oh God, what's the game? It doesn't have real cars in it. Burnout. Need for Speed? Which one was the open world one?
Burnout. Yeah.
It was
Burnout
Paradise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paradise. That's it. Yeah, it put me in mind of that because the trailer shows you just sort of bombing along, and oh look, there's a guy there. Let's go challenge him, and then they set off up they're driving around a plastic looking town, but then they set off up the orange track and zoom round and come back into the town. Yeah, I like the Hot Wheels games, so I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. They do plastic very well. I'm just looking to see if the plastic is still as good.
The only thing I didn't like about it is I would have thought, to me, that them using like a city that is supposed to be a city, I would have liked it if it was open world biomes, but if it was still like in somebody's basement, and you were driving around it open, and then
we'll go up the track and just have like someone's basement lighting and all the rest of it. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. To be fair, I'm with you on
could have partnered with Lego and had like, oh look, here's like some Lego buildings that somebody's made, and then there's this Hot Wheel track.
Customizable, put like posters on the wall as you complete events from different IPs and things. That would have been cool.
Yeah,
there is that Lego racing game. I think it's getting delisted soon, but yeah, it's open world as well. A little bit like that. It's similar.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that looks pretty good. Good shout, Craig. Anything else on the Hot Wheels game from anyone else, or pick another one? I don't care what you do, really.
Hopefully it's on Game Pass. Maybe I'll play it if it is on Game Pass.
Previous ones weren't at launch, but did drop in at some point, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hopefully we'll get it at some point. Get some more people in when it's available like that. But okay,
should we move to the next game?
Yeah, we should.
I think it's criminal, Craig. Criminal that you don't start with Veronica. Resident Evil Veronica. That's
How did we kick off this whole thing and we went for fucking the next Grounded 2 update? It's shocking.
You put the ball in my car.
all these things announced and we went with the summer update for Grounded. I still can't believe that. It's fine. I like that you're passionate about it.
Yeah, so Resident Evil Code Veronica. It was like the way they revealed it, I was like, what is this game? This looks good. This looks better than Requiem in graphics. It couldn't be Resident Evil. I'm not familiar with Veronica, so I was confused that it was set in France. But yeah, when they revealed that it is Resident Evil, Capcom are just, I don't know what what they did, but the Capcom is just on a roll. Like they are
on
banger after they are on steroids. Yeah, like they were at such a bad place at one point. They were not doing like good games, and then they started game after game, banger after banger, and this is going to be amazing. One interesting part is they dropped the code Veronica from like the name, and it has a V as the start of the name, Veronica. Is this like rewriting?
Are they dropping 5? Are you suggesting that they're going to get rid of Resident Evil 5 and say now this one was the fifth game and we'll just pretend the other one didn't exist?
Yeah, this is my theory.
That would be fun.
Do you think this is 5?
Tinfoil hat.
It can't, because it doesn't. The narrative is Code Veronica takes place after Resident Evil 2 and concurrently with Resident Evil 3. So, and 5 is like well after RE4. So they can't how could you possibly retcon it so that it would be the 5th entry? Like
you don't need to retcon it. You just say, look, we're calling this one 5 now.
I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. It doesn't mean it is though. So, but it was interesting that I don't know if they lingered on it, the V just to, because
they started with the V.
But it's like, so like I knew it was called Veronica pretty early on, but I think the V was supposed to be like, if you didn't know, you would be like, I think this is Resident Evil, maybe, and then you would get to the V and you'd be like, oh, it's Code Veronica, right? Like that's the association I think they were trying to make. rather than I saw some people being like, yeah, immediately like, oh, it's Resident Evil 5. I'm like, we're not in Africa, guys. Like,
No.
it's clearly not. It's like clearly not RE5. But yeah, anyway, sorry, carry on where you are.
No, like, yeah, when I saw the V, I immediately thought it was Veronica. But when it was in France, I never played Veronica, but I did not know that
I did, actually.
Resident
I
Evil
played
got to
Veronica.
Craig played a horror game. Do you know what I mean?
Back on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I played it on the Dreamcast, and I couldn't have told you it was in France. I have no memory of that. The only thing that I remember from the game is a grenade launcher that can fire acid, like corrosive shots or incendiary shots, and some spiders, and nothing else at all.
Like Resident Evil.
I mean, yeah, it worked for me. It was I've got fond memories of it, but when I really think and try and like pull them out of my brain, that's all I get. I like this game, but that's all I can remember of it.
I remember just being blown away by the heartbeat monitor in the memory card on the Dreamcast controller.
Yeah, using that little VMU. So you actually played a horror game, so you weren't always a pussy.
Oh no, I took it back. I didn't finish it. I played it and returned it.
That heartbeat monitor was just sending you out. You were like, this is too scary for me.
If it had been monitoring my heartbeat, it'd have popped out of controller.
That's the problem. You thought it was, and you were like,
oh god.
Oh, shit, better get rid of this.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about this one. It looks great.
Looks awesome.
It looks better than Requiem, right, Luke?
Yeah, I think I read. I'm sure I could be chatting shit here, but I'm sure I read. I think Dusk Gollum on Twitter, who's like very big RE insidery. I think he mentioned that Veronica was like, and this was weeks ago. I think he said it's the first, like, the next iteration of their engine, of the RE engine, this game. So it's like their upgraded version. So it's a bit like going from like id Tech 7 to id Tech 8 for Veronica, because it did look like even Requiem, like path traced, arguably in moments did not look as good as this. It was like super high fidelity, like still very recognizably RE engine, I thought. But like, yeah, really impressive. I can only imagine what this is going to look like on PC with fast tracing. I think it's going to be bonkers. And
with DLSS 5 to make sure the old lady looks pretty.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, so yeah, because Claire's really ugly. So I want to slap that on. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because I've played Veronica like about a month ago on the AYM Thor. I was emulating the Dreamcast version, and I played all the way through it, and which is like the second time I've done it, because I played it once like many years ago, and it's such a terrific game. But yeah, it doesn't take the intro to the cutscene to the original. Just tells you that Claire is in France looking for Chris, and then she gets kidnapped and ends up on Rockford Island, which is where the game takes place, which is in Antarctica. But with this one, what threw me off was that actually the whole, like, what was effectively a cutscene now appears to be, or like what was effectively a tiny little intro cutscene is now like a full thing, and they've like modeled Paris out and stuff like that. So it was like super impressive to see that. And then you see Hunk come in at the end and do his thing. So yeah, apparently they've like, I mean, it's like typical RE remake, they've completely re-envisaged the game. It will still, storyline will still be broadly what the original was, but there's more motorcycle stuff in it, and it's more survival horror based, and comes out next year, doesn't it? So I just can't wait. It's so high.
The trailer indicates like that it might be first person. I'm not sure if
it's third. Apparently, it's a full third person game. Yeah. It's just that they have that intro cutscene. But yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see like spoilers, but you play as Chris in this game as well. So yeah, it's going to be cool to see Chris in the new engine and stuff like that. So yeah, Capcom are just crazy dev at the minute.
Next,
Who's gonna
let's
pick?
Luke can, because Luke was talking. He can just seamlessly move on to the next game that he wants to talk about.
Nice. It was a really good show, so I'm just trying to think of like what I'll leave the last thing until last, obviously, but I was like super hyped to see Fumito Ueda's new game properly for the first time, even though it's like the second time we've seen it, which is now called Gen Atlas, I think.
Yeah.
Which was previously Project Robot. And like it's quite funny because the trailer, I think Ueda is like one of the only developers and one of the only studios where I will forgive like technical performance being not very good, because the trailer is like very framey. But because his games are so like creative in terms of mechanics and, you know, very emotional without really any dialogue most of the time, and interesting and just like beautiful art and music, like I'm just super hyped for this. So I'm sure the performance will be fine when it actually launches. But yeah, it's been way too long since we've had a game from him. So I'm very, very jazzed for this one.
Right.
Also, it did look blurry at some points where there was like a lot happening on screen, and it looked like I played just a little bit of Shadow of the Colossus, but it looked like it had more gameplay and shooting and stuff like that, which is
it was
I think
interesting.
different for him.
Yeah, the shooting quite surprised me actually, because he's never done. You've got a bow in Shadow of the Colossus, but that's about it. But yeah, going for this like future, like post-apocalyptic sci-fi setting by the looks of it, and then introducing like different mechanics, it just looked cool. Like technically, yeah, lots of issues there, including the blurriness. I think that was TSR kicking in and taking the resolution down to like 400p or something like that. But yeah,
it's odd because they Epic are publishing, I think, the game. They should like help him a little bit technically with the Unreal Engine, because it's
There's still
but
time. I'm sure they will.
Very excited for that
one.
Okay, Amine.
Yeah,
give us another. We're gonna crack through them because, like you say, there's loads of games. So we'll just
there is a lot of them. So one that did not show a lot, but I heard about this game a while ago. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, and I think they did not show a lot, but it's like the perfect pairing of studios with the IP, which is Platinum Games, with this Ninja Turtles
it's not
game
their first
that
one.
has a very... Is it?
I think Platinum have done a Turtles game before and it was terrible. Could be wrong. I might be dreaming that.
Yeah, they did.
This one is more... Yeah, this one is more dark, so this one will be like a bit like Ninja Gaiden. I don't know if I should... I'm not so familiar with the whole story, but I'm familiar with the concept. I'm not sure if I should talk about the concept. I will do it. It's not really spoilers, but the story will be about like one ninja turtle that stays alive from his entire group. Like his entire family dies, and you don't know which one of them is. And he will master all the equipments of his brothers, and he will get his revenge. I don't know who kills them.
Oh shit! You're doing fine, and then you tell us the ending. Damn.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but that's part that I'm interested about. Like it looks dark. They did not show the game, but I'm interested in that story. So that would be interesting.
Okay, fair.
Do you any one of you saw the the story for this one? Anyone?
Wasn't there
is
supposed to
interested
be,
in
I
this
might
game?
be imagining this as well, but wasn't there supposed to be a Last Ronin movie that people were quite interested in? Did that disappear or did it come and go?
Yeah, I can't remember what happened. I mean, interestingly, the game, they already announced the game a year and a half, but it was with a different developer. So they like re-announced it now, and they did an interview with Paramount Games, and they were like, "Yeah, we moved it. Platinum became available, so we moved the game from the prior dev team. So it must have been not very good. So yeah, this is like a re-announcement of the game, effectively. But I've read The Last Ronin before, the graphic novel, and it's terrific. So if they can adapt that well for a game, which I mean, it just lends itself like to a game, like as Amine said, like, you know, it's Ninja Turtles, it's Platinum, it's action adventure. Like, they should be able to do a very good job with this, I think. So I'm looking forward to it, although it is, I think, quite far off.
What about Luke?
Yeah.
RGG making a Virtua Fighter game.
What about it?
Yeah, what about it? You looking forward to that?
What about it? Looks awesome. It was weird how they showed it, because they were like, "Yeah, we're just not really going to like. We're going to show like the what were the old Tekken like story, like the arcade run modes called? You know, like the ones.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So they showed it that way, and I was quite surprised by that. Just looks cool, man. It's RGG. They just look. I mean, look at what they've done in a night. RGG. One, they brought back Virtua Fighter, and two, they resurrected Tupac. So I mean, they've had a good night's work, if you ask me.
Yeah. That they did. So Virtua Fighter, right? It's doing the whole, like Street Fighter did, like fighting games seem to feel the need to now. It's got an open world to explore rather than just letting you jump into its typical versus arcade modes. It does let you do that as well. They have come out and clarified, like, yeah, you can fire the game up, go in and fight. That's still there and available. But they're also telling the story and letting you explore and having, like you say, the Tekken style fight multiple people at the same time kind of thing. Made by RGG. I haven't actually done any research into this whatsoever. Do you know if like the old AM2 team or whoever, like the creators of Virtua Fighter are also involved, or is it completely handed over to a new group?
Yeah, I don't know. You think they're doing? Aren't they doing a presentation on it? They announced a presentation, like a deeper dive, I think soon. So probably you'll have some answers there.
They did already the presentation after the show. So they did it like just after. Yeah.
Was it straight after the show?
Yeah.
Was it like a VidDoc one? Like that style?
I don't
like
know,
interview?
but I did. Yeah, but I did see it in that website. They had like an entire show for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe there's probably answers to that in there.
Okay.
Because we did have leak footage of this before this event as well, didn't we? We had like some pretty extensive leak footage. So.
That we did. I like Virtua Fighter. I'm quite curious about this. I guess with Street Fighter, I didn't touch the open world thing at all. I didn't enjoy it very much. This one looks like it's probably got a bit more in its favor. A little bit less goofy. Like it's RGG, so it's going to be goofy to an extent, but you know what I mean? It looks kind of more engaging.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of what Capcom is doing, like with Street Fighter story. The story is not the focus for them. It's understandable, but this story mode thing that they are doing with Virtua Fighter, like I never played Virtua Fighter before. I think maybe I touched it, but this makes it more interesting for me. Like they have some sort of story mode, because I'm not going to play online against the sweats. Like that's not going to happen. Like people spend like thousands of hours mastering these characters, and I cannot go to Street Fighter and play against someone that's mastered every combo and every single movement of like a character. That's why I'm
frame
not
timing
playing
of every technique.
Street Fighter. Yeah. And the Street Fighter story mode was like, I'm not interested in making my own character and mimicking other characters' movements. That's not interesting to me.
Okay, fair. So that's Virtua Fighter. Craig.
Yeah?
Talk about something.
Blood of the Dawnwalker.
Okay.
Is that the one from the
Former
Witcher
CDPR
devs?
devs,
From
yes.
CDPR devs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
former. So it's not still CDPR. It's a bunch of people that were at that studio and moved on. So it's got a lot of. Or actually, I haven't seen the most recent trailer. I was going to say the initial reveal had quite heavy CDPR vibes about it. I don't know about the one they've shown right now. I'm going to find out. But what did you think of it then, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the fact that it's ex-Witcher devs and the CDPR sort of caliber has got me interested. I like vampires as well, so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have enough vampire games. There is something interesting about that game. I think the story about it, they say that they give you like a limited amount of time to save your family or something like that, from what I understand. But in this trailer, they show something very odd that is not compatible with that story, because they show the character in modern age. I don't know if
Yeah, it
you
sets up
got that
something
far.
else. Doesn't it? Yeah.
So there is maybe more to it. Yeah, that's an odd thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're yeah, it was very unexpected that modern, like it's almost like futuristic from now, like cyberpunky, but it's Cohen, it's the same character. So they said they want they want it to be a franchise, and the idea is Blood of Dawnwalker is like the first introduction to Cohen and like his origin story, and they will tell different stories with Cohen through different historical periods, basically all the way up until what you see at the start of this trailer, which is the modern, like him in the present day, quote unquote, which is very ambitious, very interesting. I mean, obviously that relies upon the games doing very well for them to keep making them, but I really like the idea of following like one character for like hundreds of years. I think that's like quite an interesting concept. So I hope the game looks really cool. I'm looking forward to it. So the only thing I really don't like that they're doing like KCD type combat. I'm not a fan of that in a third person game, but we'll see.
Describe. I haven't played Kingdom Come Deliverance, so describe, what is it? What kind of combat?
So in KCD, like your combat is like you have when you engage in combat, you have like a reticule on screen with up, left, right, and down. And the idea is like you would point. So say you wanted to do a right slash, you point to the right and you do a right slash, and it's like about reading what other, like the way in which your opponent's moving and like what direction would expose them the most when you attack. So in this game, it's the same sort of thing, but third person. So you have this reticule on screen at all times with the directionality, and you pick a direction to attack, and then you press the button to attack. So I think they've modified it a bit since they first showed it, so it's a bit more fluid, but it's not like the Witcher combat in that doesn't have any of that. It's just Geralt swinging a sword and you're pressing buttons. Like it's a bit more strategic, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not a huge fan of it. So it makes sense in KCD because it's like meant to be realistic, right? It's pseudo simulation, so it would make sense that you would pay attention to what your enemies are doing and you would strike in different directions. That makes total sense in that game, and it works in that game. For a game about vampires, I don't think it, like I don't know why it's in there, to be honest, but I think we'll have to see how it feels more than anything.
Okay. I mean, did you have anything on that one? Or you can also segue to the next one.
No, I did not have too much. I will play it. Certainly play it. Maybe not day one, but I'll play it because I like vampires. But I'll
It's
go on
another
to the
September game as well, isn't it? It's another
Oh, okay.
September lineup. Yeah.
Okay. I would say I will pick a very well. I'm between two of them. I would pick an odd one, which is Crossfire.
Why is there
Another
another crossfire? What's happening there? Is it related to the crossfires that we've already had? Is it related to the
No.
crossfires that have been and gone?
It is the same IP, but it's not the same game. It's related to the. Oddly enough, I don't know if any of you watched the Crossfire episode of that series that they made for each episode is a different game. They had an episode there, and one of the actors, one of the characters, is actually in this game. But it looked like a game that could be good. I like a military shooter. It looks a little bit like Ghost Recon with the Call of Duty budget, I would say. And they are doing this is Naughty Dog developers, so they were flexing a little bit of animation related stuff. So your character is contextual based on where you are standing and where the enemy is looking. They take cover differently and all of that. But I'm a bit interested in something that tries to do Ghost Recon ish game. It's a bit futuristic. It's a bit not realistic. There is some healing factor. The story looks like there is two groups of people that were fighting each other, but there is some third group that they want to and then third group that they want to fight, so they team up with each other and try to fight that third group, which I don't know what is it. It looks a little
Not
bit
even Remedy could
alien.
make Crossfire good. It's a cursed IP.
Well, Remedy had problems because I think Smilegate, which are the owners, they were doing their own engine for the multiplayer, and Remedy are using their own engine, and they never made I don't know, they were looking for cash, I feel like, Remedy, and they just wrote the worst story to date, I think, for Remedy. So yeah, I have a little bit of a hope for this game. It looks good enough.
I'm going to completely forget that this exists, and if it surprises me, then good. But I think I'm best off forgetting that this exists. Luke, what about you?
On Crossfire?
Hmm.
Yeah, I was pleasant. I thought it looked quite good, actually. It's quite interesting. I thought production value is insane. Absolutely insane. I think it's UE5, but some of the facial capture and environment stuff and animation quality was ridiculously good. And I think it's the woman is Claudia Dumit, I think, another Boys alumni.
Yeah,
and she was in Call of Duty as well. Wasn't she?
Yeah. So good cast, and this animation, contextual animation system looks very cool, very realistic. I don't know if it'll the story is going to be very good, or there's too little information, I think, to make sense of how good a game it will be, but I think it's got a better chance than any other Crossfire to be good. And what I really did like is that the developers were when they came on stage, they were this is for people who really love single player, action games. They were, very clear about what this product is, and I really like that, because to the extent where I don't even think it has co-op, even though you go in a two all the time. I think you just play as Claudia Dumit's character. So I'm in for that. Immediately, that'll pique my interest. So yeah, let's see how it go. But look cool.
Okay, good. I mean, you had two games. What was the second one?
The second one I'd say is I'm gonna change it. So there was so many good games. There is that game called End of Abyss. I'm not sure if you guys noticed it. It's like a not Resident Evil. Is it fair to say it's like Signalis? It's like Signalis, but not the graphics of Signalis. It's it looks like a Resident Evil kind of game with monsters and all of that. And I like those kind of games. It's I think I don't know the developers behind it. Oh, it's Epic Games actually publishing it, and it looks really good. And coming out this year, it's October 1st. So that's one game that I will be playing because I did actually like Signalis a lot, and this reminded me of it.
I hated Signalis. Carry on.
You hated Signalis, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Luke? You're a horror game lover, so
yeah, this looked really cool. I think we've seen it before, but I think this was a release date trailer. It reminded me of like Reanimal in terms of visual concept, but as you say, like more proper survival horror, like Signalis, like that perspective survival horror, but just artistically like Little Nightmares or Reanimal, something like that. So I thought this looked cool. And again, is it October? Did it get released?
October
1st. October.
Yeah,
Rayman
so
Legends
not
Day.
September. Not
Close to
that
September.
period is just absolutely like, guys. Like I know GTA 6 comes out in November, but there are like 2.5 weeks before the game comes out in November. Like, couldn't you just like drop your game on November like 1 to 7? Like, wouldn't that be okay? It's really, really annoying actually, because
there is one game.
Yeah, there's that. What was it? The
Godzilla.
Yeah. Aren't they going head to head?
I know Devolver Digital have a particular game as well that they keep delaying alongside because they specifically want to release it on the same day as GTA 6.
It's just frustrating. But that game looked cool. Yeah, I'll be definitely interested in that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Craig, was there anything else in there that you want to go over?
Well, just quick fire. So, Pal World's getting its full release, and
is it
in 10th of the 7th? Yes, going 1.0, so you'll be able to play that here. So
we'll finally be able to play it.
That screen-bound game, I thought that looked cool from the moment that got announced. You know, where it's the 3D platformer, then you're playing it on the Game Boy, and it's the 2D platformer. That's coming out in September. Surprise, surprise. And then my old favourite, the 33 Immortals, is somehow... Yeah, but that's somehow making it out of early access as opposed to just getting cancelled.
Have they renamed it? Yeah. Like Optimistic 7 Immortals.
Yeah, Luke said 34 maybe, so they'll be lucky.
Okay. I have a question for those that watched it. I want to know about this 1666 Amsterdam game, just because I saw some of the story behind it and the fellow behind it and the Assassin's Creed history. Did anyone think anything of this? So for context, the story behind it, the chap behind it was the creator of Assassin's Creed. Had some push and shove with Ubisoft over not liking the direction that they were taking it in terms of annual releases and dropping the quality and all the rest of it. Ubisoft pushed him out, and he went to TNT, I think, formed his own studio to make this game, and then Ubisoft bought that studio and fired him, and took the game that he was making essentially. And then after some legal battle, he got that back, and this is that game made real with him owning it. So, does it look any good though?
There is some early access to it.
Yeah, it's like a prologue you can download now.
Is it? So you're saying I should go and find out for myself? I'm lazy. I just want you to tell me.
It looked interesting. I mean, he's been working on this because of that history as well. for like so long. But the biggest irony I think about this now is, or probably not irony, is that, you know, he's making a game about witches, which is awesome because we don't have many games about that. But then we've got Assassin's Creed Hexa, which is coming out maybe next year, which is about witches. So like he's ended up, you know, they've kind of ended up like coalescing at the same time, probably. I don't know when this game's actually going to come out fully, but I mean, conceptually it looks very interesting, but I don't like, it looked a bit jank, maybe not necessarily in a bad way, just in a, you know, it's in development. But I'm going to go and check out the prologue and see what it's like. Had a lot of cats in, so I'm all for that. But then a witches game kind of has to. So yeah, I'll report back, and maybe you can play it, and then you can.
No, I've not got time.
Of course you do. Lie.
Plus, it's not out yet. I don't play things before they're out if I can help it.
Well, that is true. Yeah, that does prevent you from. Well, I'll let you know.
Perfect. Thank you.
Maybe.
And also let me know what we're talking about next. Is there anything else that we need to touch on from Summer Game Fest? Because obviously there is a lot in there.
Apart from the big thing at the end, which I'm
big
sure
thing
we'll
at the
touch
end,
on.
yeah.
The only thing I wanted to mention was Alien Isolation 2, which you know, Craig is really looking forward to that.
In VR,
yeah. So I mean, we knew the Creative Assembly were making it, but this was the first like proper trailer, and it looks predictably awesome. I think interesting that they're taking the conceit from Aliens, basically, that, you know, a xenomorph gets loose in one of the colonies. There are some theories it's actually the xenomorph from Alien Isolation that ends up crash landing onto a colony, which would be cool. And it'll make you shit your pants, I'm sure, because it's terrifying and the AI is really clever. And it looks awesome. So.
Yeah, it was odd that it's set. I did not play Alien Isolation, but it's odd that it's set like in some planet, like not like, I'm not sure if it is Earth or not, but I wonder if there will be like an open area, like a big open area in this game, like with like nature and all of that. Wonder how that will play. Because I'm not sure how that will work in Alien Isolation, because you need like places to hide, right? You need like cabinets to go inside and all of that. I'm not sure how. So maybe some parts are inside, some parts.
I think it'll just be like more directed, like, and more varied, probably in the like, because the colonies, like the colonies from the Alien films and stuff, are just horrible. Like the horrible places, like that are very cramped and, you know, very artificial and full of Weyland-Yutani shit and just like not nice. And so I think this, you know, it looks like, I don't think at any point you'll be at the park, you know what I mean? And it'll be nice and verdant. Like it's going to be pretty grim. So, but yeah, I don't think they might have like more open areas, but I think you have to make it claustrophobic in like wherever you are, or the alien has to be like, the xenomorph needs to be rapid to cover like big distances quickly. So I think it's nice that they're trying to like make it more varied rather than like just, you know, a ship, you know what I mean? So yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because when it is claustrophobic, you don't see like what's in the corner. You don't know if the alien has went away or is he still around. And also when you have vents and all of that stuff, it can come from anywhere. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Amine. Any more that you want to talk about?
Amine. Okay. There is a few, but I don't think we start. Like, there is Galactic Racer. As you know, I'm not a Star Wars person, but that game looks. Galactic Racer looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Potential for VR.
Oh, there was
because it's Unreal.
There was Zero Company as well. That looked so good.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me about Zero
is it
Company. So
coming
the
out this
Galactic
year?
Racer, we know what that is. It's a kart racing game, well, pod racing game, and it looks really surprisingly very good. But it's pod racing, and we've seen it before. Tell me about this other one, this Zero Company.
It's basically Star Wars XCOM.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So I think it was the first gameplay footage they showed off last night. And it's by a lot of the former Firaxis team as well. Being public, I think it's BitReactor is the developer that they formed. Being published by EA, and yeah, basically Star Wars XCOM, where it's your squad can be made up of like lots of different types of characters. So from like Mandalores or Jedi/Siths, and different like smugglers and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it looks great. And I think, is that a September game? It's not this. It's this year, isn't it?
I mean, probably.
I'm not sure. Let me check.
Yeah, it's definitely this year. I'm sure it's this year, but I'm hoping it's not September. Maybe it's October. I can't remember.
Okay.
Can't find it. Oh, I found it. August 27.
Okay, that's good.
August.
That's good. Well done. Well done. They've realised there's another month in September. Yeah, so August. Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Oh, there are a lot of games. Wonderful. Okay. In that case, I mean, you can still like interject and throw in other games if you want, but let's talk a very little bit about Final Fantasy VII. I said I didn't want Final Fantasy VII to be at this show. What? FIFA?
Tifa.
Well, Final Fantasy VII, typically, the previous iterations, the previous versions, previous releases, whatever, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, in both cases, and to be fair, Final Fantasy 16 as well, the trailers that Square Enix put out are freaking horrific in terms of spoilers and stuff that I really don't want to see. So I'm not even going to put this one up because I don't trust them. Was this full of terrible stuff that you wouldn't want to see ahead of playing the game, or was it quite reserved?
I thought it was quite reserved, this one. I don't think they really showed... Like, they showed a lot of environmental stuff and, like, the high guard and stuff like that, and, high guard to ground traversal. But not... I wouldn't say they showed, like, tons of... Major plot points, no.
Okay.
They had a big like breakdown as well, like in the second bit, which was more about like a gameplay breakdown almost. Like, you'll be on the high guard and this is how you get from these different places, and here's what we've done with the combat system. And then they did a breakdown for Sid and Vincent as well, because they're joining the party. So it was all pretty tame stuff. I thought, like, great, but just not too spoilery. I mean, I'd probably try and avoid it anyway because I always think it's better going in as blind as possible. But I don't think it was like super spoilery.
Okay, and it comes out spring next year
on all platforms.
On all platforms on the same day. Good news for a lot of people. That so
those 4 people that buy it on Xbox are going to be really happy.
Well, I was more looking at the Switch and the PC audiences, which are quite substantial for Final Fantasy games. That's not like a dig at Xbox as a platform. They've done quite a lot with Final Fantasy, and actually, if you are a fan of the retro ones, it's probably the best platform for them, which is a little odd considering they don't have the history with it, but you can play... The whole of the Pixel remaster is on Game Pass now, and it's the only one where you can play a good version of Final Fantasy 13, really. So actually, it's a platform that deserves some Final Fantasy attention, but we all know it will get less than the others. Still, for those few people that do play it there, it is coming on day one. It is coming to Switch 2. It is coming to PC. So a much bigger release for it, which is nice because Final Fantasy 7 deserves all the attention. You're very happy it's going to PC, was that?
Yeah. Because it just means that you can have good image quality day one. So that will be good.
I had a look at Rebirth on the PS5 Pro just to see, and I was a bit underwhelmed, I must admit, by like the amount of pop in that you still get. So
Yeah,
it'll
they
be a
can't fix
PC
that.
game for me. That one it is heavy. Their customized Unreal Engine 4 or whatever they're using. Okay, so Amine doesn't like Final Fantasy. Craig doesn't like Final Fantasy. Those two are both wrong. But Luke,
I
day
have
one for you.
something to say about it.
You
you
muted
muted
yourself,
Yes,
but we saw
day
the
one.
nod and the
Day one.
enthusiasm. Definitely day one for me. One of the only games that I would say that about, that I'm definitely in there from the get-go. As soon as it's available, you will not see me until I've finished it. But there we go. Okay, so that was very brief on the last one. Last one that I do actually want to ask about, actually, in case anyone is aware of it. They had Guild Wars 3 present at the show, which is interesting. So MMOs and sequels often don't work out very well, but Guild Wars 2 managed to run and sustain itself for a very long time. What did they show us? Did anyone pick up on this? I mean, you saw this. What do you think of Guild Wars 3?
Yeah, they did not show much. They just showed like you riding on like a creature, and they showed like at first you would think so. Of course, it's not Horizon, but there was like big creatures and all of that, and they are not robotics. They are like they are animals, right? And I want to get into an MMO. I really want to. I like that sense of a community. I like that sense of building a clan. I played one of the worst MMOs ever, APB Reloaded. But
That's a blast. I completely forgot that existed.
And I want something to be good, and like I want something with clans. That I want. I'm not sure if Guild Wars has like clans, and can you have rivalries? Is there any PvP?
It's not so much. Well, no, the first Guild Wars was built entirely around PvP. It was its focus. I'm sure there is something to it. I didn't play it that much. The thing with MMOs typically is a sequel divides an existing audience. Is why you don't often see them. It's why there's not a World of Warcraft 2. You've got like a dedicated player base that are playing this game, and they're usually quite content and quite happy. You bring a second one out, and you don't get new people. You just split that existing audience and damage your own games. Guild Wars is one of the few that has straddled that line and managed, because Guild Wars 2 has been running for a very long time, and they recently they remastered the first Guild Wars as well to run it alongside. So now they've got Guild Wars 3 coming. Guild Wars 2 was kind of incredible. It did so much so well, but over time it just became like a real sugar rush, garish, horrible mess to me. So Guild Wars 3 as a reset, I'm immediately interested, because MMOs are like my favorite genre that I don't play, and I don't know if I'll ever actually have time to play another one again, like realistically, to know whether this will land with me or what I even want from it. But its existence piques my interest, and that is why I asked about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested as well. I want something. It's hard to get into like an existing MMO as someone that's not like I see like you would be surprised, but I see WoW and I want to be part of that, but it's hard to get in. It's so hard. Guild Wars. Also, it's a long-running one, so it's hard to get into that. So maybe I would
We'll find
try
one.
this.
I mean, something will come along, and if you can get like people that you actually like playing these games, they are worth the time. So we'll find something one day, but I don't know when it will be, because I wouldn't say there's anything on the market right now that is quite right for me. But okay, that was Summer Game Fest. So we'll do like we did for the PlayStation 1. Though we had a little chat about how it was overall, how you felt about pacing, presentation, all the rest of it. Good show, Luke.
Really good. I thought one of the better SGFs, actually. Maybe the best. They're typically not like, they're typically good or okay, but they're never like as good as the Game Awards for announcements and that sort of stuff. Whereas I thought this was much closer to that. So yeah, and I think the general sentiment has been this was a really good show. So good for Geoff.
Good for Geoff. Yes. Good. Craig. Did you watch this one, or did you catch it afterwards?
No, I was watching. I missed the first 20 minutes, and I kind of not really paying too much attention. But yeah, I caught up after the fact. But yeah, it was good. There wasn't because when I was skipping through it later on, there wasn't too much talking to skip through. So that's obviously a good sign.
See, for me, I've just been picking the trailers that you guys have kind of recommended and brought up, and it looks like there's a lot there. So I'm happy with that. Wait a minute, same old shit. What's going on? I don't know. I missed some chat. Sorry, everyone in chat that I've missed that, but we've just been talking away. We are getting towards the end now. Amine, what did you think of Summer Game Fest?
Surprisingly good, I would say. Like it did not have a lot of like irrelevant mobile game ads, I would say. Like not a lot of gacha games. There was one or something like that, but it's like went smooth because it was related to Cyberpunk. I think he took like feedback and he ended on a single. He mentioned it like specifically. This time the show ender will be a single player game. He did not want to kill another live
Didn't want to
service
high guard
game.
again. Yeah.
A high guard single player campaign is what it should have ended on.
Yeah. he had some heavy hitters, even though like PlayStation or Nintendo or Xbox did not show up. Like so, he had some heavy hitters, I'd say. So yeah, good stuff. Except there is one big criticism I would give him. Get your shit together with the sound desync. Like the sound was desyncing all the time. I don't know if you guys.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, it was annoying. I think they threw like they did push AC Black Flag under the bus because I remember that specifically because it did cut like a large part of the trailer and it just cut to the person talking about the next game. So they did not show the date, they did not show the platforms, it just skipped it. So yeah.
Okay. I had heard people say that YouTube had audio sync issues, Twitch had visual quality issues, and all the rest of it. So, yeah, I'm available for consultation, Geoff. We'll get it better next time.
I ended up watching it at some point just on Steam. That had less issues, but it's not highest quality. So yeah.
Okay, cool. In that case, next week we're going to have loads to talk about because there's the Xbox showcase tomorrow, which I expect is going to be very good and give us plenty of material. There's rumors that Nintendo are going to be doing something next week as well, but we shall see on that. And more besides. So I think we'll have another packed and busy, exciting one next week. But for this week, I think we've probably covered enough. We can probably wrap up and move on with our lives. So thank you, everyone that has come through and been talking away and keeping it nice and civil and entertaining in chat. Craig, yes. You do not ice skate. You are not an ice skating man.
Do you want me to run downstairs and get my ice skates?
Bring them out and start ice skating around your room. Prove it.
Right, hang on. Wait. I'll be back. You talk among yourselves.
Okay, cool. Craig is going to get his ice skates, which is not going to prove a thing. But Luke, while he's
run
doing
out
that,
to buy some now. So
he has run out to. He's knocking some out. They're going to have this horrific cardboard, like stupid thing to convince us when he comes back. But Luke, while he's gone, let's have your little outro. So say whatever you want to say to people.
Thanks for joining. Load of games. I realised we forgot to actually mention. Here they come. There we go. That's AI, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's difficult. The internet, you can fake anything nowadays.
You can fake anything. I was going to say, I realised we forgot to mention Stellar Blade 2 in that list of games, which has had its own controversy, which maybe we can touch on next week. But otherwise, pleasure as always chatting with you all. Always really fun. So join the Discord.
That's all good. But what's this Stellar Blade 2? What's going on?
Well, the game looks really good. Looked really impressive. I felt a bit uncomfortable watching it though. because the main character is I don't know, like
Underage.
underage,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe, and like somewhat sexualized. So I was kind of like, this is not really very good at all. Like, what are we
I
doing?
see.
And that's ignited, as you can imagine, some very civilized and rational dialogue online about
God.
this topic. So yeah, maybe go and have a look at the trailer, AC. You'll see what we mean. But very, very odd. I found very odd.
I'm not going to right now because it sounds uncomfortable, to be honest. But so what?
Yeah.
So you found that to be the case. You think that it's a character that pretty much looks underage and sexualized, and it's disturbing.
Yeah. Yes, I would. Yes is where I would stand with it. It's very weird. I found.
Is it uncomfortable
I
enough that you're thinking you probably won't get the game, or
possibly, yeah, unless they were to pivot on the design.
What if they do the classic JRPG trick where in the Western release they put a little card on that says the 21?
She's just always handing up her ID.
This is fine, West. They're 21. Honest.
Yeah. No, I don't think that would help. To be honest, not in this case. I don't think
Graphics
that
have
would
come too
help.
far.
Yeah, we're too realistic now. You know, there's what the warning would say, and then there's what my eyes perceive, and those are two very different things. So.
Okay, that's a shame. Nonetheless, we shall carry on. So, Craig, before you went and got your fake ice skates, you were doing your outro. Let's carry on with that.
No, same as always. It's nice to be here. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, join the Discord, community games, all the good stuff.
Good. Thank you, Craig. Amine, you say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I just want to mention, I'm surprised you did not mention Tifa in Street Fighter 6, but let's
Tifa is in Street Fighter 6, is that true?
Yeah.
No, it's true,
Yeah.
Okay. I know a lot of people wanted that for a long time.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, anyways. They wanted it for a specific reason.
Yeah, no, I know.
Those weirdos. Anyways, but yeah, like join the Discord, join the community games, and yeah, have fun watching all these showcases. This is like our time of the year, and I like this time of the year, so it's good.
It is good times, and it's the calm before September when we have to choose what to actually play.
Yeah.
So relax while you can. Okay, cool. That was fun. So thank you again, everybody, for coming through. There is a Discord right there to join. Do recommend it. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Mm.